Welcome back to another episode of Weird Fruit Wednesday. Today we have one of my favorite fruits of all time, and that is Soursop. Dare I say, this fruit is life-changing, so let's get into it. All right, so Soursop is in the Annona / custard apple family, along with Rollinia, which I've done a video on that, and Cherimoya, which I've also done a video on that. There's also sugar apple, and Atamoya, I believe, is the other big one in that family, and then there's some smaller ones and varieties. This is just regular soursop, and like I said, I think the flavor is amazing. Not only is this fruit absolutely delicious, but it's extremely nutritious, which, like, yes please. It has anti-cancer benefits, so if you or anyone you know is dealing with cancer, I highly recommend trying out soursop. One, you won't be mad about it because the taste is delicious, and then there are a ton of anti-cancer benefits. So I think everybody should be eating more soursop. So soursop is native to the Caribbean, so it thrives in very, very warm climates. I think it dies if it gets under 40 degrees. So hence why I have been unable to grow a soursop tree through the winter. I have sprouted many, many soursops, but I have not had any success with a soursop tree. I would love a soursop tree though, because soursop are quite expensive to get online. I ordered these from Tropical Fruit Box. I think I ordered the medium size box, and it came with 3 pretty large soursops, so I'm not mad about it. I also have a discount code, so if you want to try soursop, I highly recommend using the discount code to save a little extra money. I know it's still going to be expensive, but it's worth it. There are few fruits that I think are truly worth how expensive they can be, and soursop is one of them. If you live in South Florida, anywhere in the Caribbean, anywhere that soursop can be found at a farmer's market, Hawaii for instance, when we went to Hawaii, this guy would have been about $5. And when you realize how expensive these are for 3, and you can get the most amazing freshly picked soursop for $5 in Hawaii, it just kind of makes you want to cry, because it's like, why can't it be that affordable everywhere? But nevertheless, I still think it's worth how expensive it is. It's definitely not a fruit we have often, but my husband and I are both obsessed with it, so it's a treat. So soursop has gained a lot of popularity recently, and I've seen soursop flavored things popping up a lot. I've seen soursop drinks in the international section of the grocery store, and you can almost guaranteed find some kind of frozen soursop or soursop drink or something soursop flavored in an Asia market. It's very hard to find fresh soursop. You can sometimes find frozen soursops, but I don't think those taste good at all. I totally recommend trying the fresh soursop. Even though it is so much more expensive, I think this is 100% the way to go. When we lived in Charlotte, we went to the Charlotte Farmers Market, and we were able to get a soursop there. I think it was around $20-something, which obviously is expensive, but it's a treat. I really haven't heard a lot of people that don't like soursop. I think it's kind of universally agreed that it's incredible. And I think these soursops are, in my opinion, amazing. I only have ever, like I said, when we went to Hawaii, had a true fresh soursop, and that is life-changing. What an ideal soursop would look like would be very green, very soft, and very juicy. They are pretty juicy, but as you can see, these have kind of turned brownish yellow. This one I had, it kind of split because it was ripening, and it's a little brown on the outside, and I put it in the fridge overnight, so it turned even more brown. But I think it's gonna be fine. That's what I'm gonna cut into first, so we'll see. When we went to Hawaii, we did a fruit farm tour, and they had soursop trees, and I was actually amazed by how many soursops came off the soursop tree. So again, I think the only reason soursop is not like mainstream is because it's a very delicate fruit. It's way more soft than an avocado, and it could not, be tumbled around because it would just go bad. And then also, I think it kind of looks insane, so people are hesitant to try it, but I'm telling you, if you ever see this, please pick it up. You'll do yourself a favor. All right, so I'm just gonna cut into this one. This one's the one that's splitting. It might be overly ripe, so that's why I have these here just in case. It's gonna be, oh my gosh, I think it's gonna be delicious. Okay, it's a little overripe. I can already smell it. So soursop has a very strong smell. I think I'm gonna split the other ones open just so you can see. So you can see this brown core. Once they start to get brown, that's when they start to get a little overripe. I try to generally avoid, like if I was picking these myself, I wouldn't have picked that one out. I definitely would have picked one like this, or I honestly think, this one's gonna be the best. So I'm gonna cut into this one. If you hear a bunch of pitter patter, my dogs are playing right beneath me. Okay, so same problem with this one. So I guess I'm just gonna cut all three of them. This one's not quite as brown. We're just gonna see. Maybe I should have cut these open the other day. Maybe they're all too ripe, but we'll see. Okay, so these all have the brown line down the middle. I don't think that is problematic. I think it just means that they are not as delicious as they could be, which I kind of expected when I saw them. And this is just the reality of ordering fruits online. So again, if you see it in person, I highly recommend doing it that way. So now I don't know which one to start with. I think I'm gonna save these because I actually want to do, I'm doing a recipe with soursop, so I kind of want these ones. So soursops are very similar to cherimoya and rollinia, how you see the inside, and they are full of seeds. Now I'm not sure which one to show you. I think I'm gonna eat this one. It has a very unique smell, very tropical. I've had soursop enough times that I always think soursop. It's maybe a little like fruity. Why would I use that as a descriptive word? It's kind of maybe like a little bit like a pineapple and, I'm struggling. Okay, so I don't know, maybe like a pineapple, a little bit of guava, maybe like a pear in there. It's honestly its own category of fruit. Go away. All right, so let's give it a taste test. It's so good. The texture can really differ a lot with soursop, and the taste can also differ a little bit. Sometimes it's more sour, sometimes it's more sweet. This one, since it's very ripe, is more sweet. The flavor, again, it's such a unique flavor that it's really hard to compare to other fruits, but it has a little bit of like a mango taste and a little pineapple. I really can't really explain it. It's as sweet as those fruits, but it's like a whole new flavor. So it's really, really hard to describe the flavor. The texture can sometimes be a little chewy, soft but chewy, like fibrous at the end. This one is super creamy and super soft, and it literally just melts in your mouth. It does have a slightly acidic taste. It's not like as creamy as it is. Creamy isn't the flavor is that a flavor? I don't know. Isn't the way I would describe it. It is creamy, but it's like fresh, like a refreshing sweet taste. It's not like a creamy, rich taste. Like if you've ever had egg fruit or mamey, sapote, those kind of fruits, it's not like that at all. It's completely mango, pineapple, passion fruit kind of taste. So the seeds, don't eat the seeds. The seeds are poisonous. Obviously, you would have to eat a lot of them to experience any kind of poison. So if you accidentally eat one, you'll be fine, but just don't eat them. You can either, spit them out, or I just like to pick them out because I don't want to put them in my mouth. The flavor is amazing by itself, but it also tastes really good in smoothies. When we were in Hawaii, they had soursop shave ice, and it was the most incredible thing I've ever had in my life. So I'm actually getting ready to make a soursop pie recipe that I'll be putting on my website. So by the time I publish this, I'm sure it'll be up, and I'll insert a link to that here as well. So there are ways that you can cook with it or just enjoy it as is, because again, it is so delicious. So soursop is actually a lower calorie fruit. You would think, since it's creamy and dense, that it would be more calorically dense, but it's actually low in calories and high in vitamin C, as many fruits are, and full of water. So it's really, really good for you. Again, a ton of anti-cancer benefits. I'm just gonna house these because I love it so much. And I just highly recommend you try it out. The flavor, it's so hard to compare because it is just such a unique flavor, but I've known multiple people that have never had it and tried it and absolutely loved it, so I guarantee you will like it. All right, so that is soursop. It is one of my favorite fruits of all time, if not the favorite fruit. I don't know, I can't really decide on one because I go through phases with all of these fruits, but this one is one I totally recommend trying. I give it an 11 out of 10. It is so, so good. So if you ever get the chance to pick up soursop, I highly recommend picking it up, and I promise you, you will not regret it. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for all the Weird Fruit Wednesdays to come, and I will see you guys next time.